Well, there's growing excitement with the 4th of July looming in the distance next week. Particular excitement because, of course, we'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. In Rome, there isn't a 4th of July kind of holiday. The closest they come to it is the feast today, the solemnity of St. Peter and St. Paul. It's a holiday in Rome. There are parades. It's a custom of many Roman families to have a picnic today. The best fireworks show in Rome is not on New Year's Eve, but on the evening of the solemnity of St. Peter and Paul. But the high point of the day is the celebration of the Mass at St. Peter's Basilica with the Pope. And at this solemn liturgy, he gathers all the new archbishops of the world, and he gives them the insignia of their office, which is a pallium, a wool collar-like vestment. And we're very proud today because one of the newly elected archbishops is a Chicago priest, Ron Hicks, who's currently the Archbishop of New York. But in this ritual, the Pope harkens back to our apostolic beginnings. The church began as an apostolic church. Peter sent the apostles to build communities of faith, and they covered a lot of distance, whether it was St. Andrew in Turkey, St. Thomas went all the way to Goa in India. And then the next generation that was convened really by St. Paul when he called forth Titus and Timothy and Barnabas, a new generation of leaders. And ever since the apostolic times, the church has continued its mission of going into the world, going to the highways and the byways, proclaiming the good news of Jesus Christ. We hold this apostolic identity very sacred, because in the creed, we always say, one holy Catholic and apostolic church. It's a doctrinal foundation that the mission of the church is not to be held captive within the four walls of a church, but to be brought into the world. You know, there was always that trick question that would be asked, what is the part of the Mass that you have to be at for it to count? So some people like to schedule, get that in, and then get out. Well, in the early church, that kind of a question would make no sense. But, someone would say, well, it must be the consecration, has to be the proclamation of the gospel. And those are all good answers, but they would be wrong answers in the first century. The most important part of the Mass, believe it or not, was the final blessing. You had to be there to be blessed and sent into the world. The whole point of the Eucharist was to be sent into the world as a disciple. And we commemorate that essential message of the Christian gospel, to be sent. Our Lady of Perpetual Help has been a place that being sent consciousness is in the DNA of this parish. I look around this chapel this morning, how many of you are witnesses to the larger world of the good news of Jesus Christ? And whether it's in the emergency room of a hospital, in the classroom, whether it's in the sharing room, or it's supporting the efforts of the Universal Church, this parish from its get-go has been an apostolic community of faith. The apostolic mission of the church is alive and well here at OLPH and is going to get even better in the future. Thank you, everyone, for your love and support. Thank you for participating in the digital liturgy today. The digital ministry touches the lives of many people, as does almost 80 other ministries here at OLPH. Grateful for the community that connects to OLPH through this digital forum. It's unbelievable how many people are able to access the liturgy and other events because of this ministry. Please consider supporting OLPH
all of your sacrifices help to sustain this parish and to keep moving us into the future. Thank you very much, and keep watching.